I'll have you know that my Blucidons can go at least 3 miles.
And over their entire life.
As you all putt around. However, perhaps there is a blessing, because as it turns out, those ominous clouds that were in the sky, they do start to release their bounty, and it begins raining.
That's a blessing?
That's a blessing. It's now we're gonna run out of gas and out in the middle of nowhere, and it's gonna be raining.
I've played this map.
Enclosed cabs.
Well, that really only has enough room for
single-seater
the driver. It's not like multiple people sit in the tractor.
Yeah.
If we get lumber, we can build like...
as Kat and Fletch basically sit on top of the one cab, kicking their legs, holding hands.
Saying I wouldn't go to Eugene instead of Fletch.
I'm saying you wouldn't be able to catch up.
He's flooring it. He's going so far.
He's never stopped.
He's going the distance.
Yep.
He's going for speed.
It ends up being, though, that you end up getting an hour space. So basically that 12 miles before the tractor sputter out of fuel.
Can we, like,
Seems a bit right, based on what I'm looking at here.
In the winding Appalachian Mountains, as rain beats down upon you, of trees at every end.
The important question I should have asked earlier. While we were at the quasi-Walmart, did I actually manage to get a cowboy hat yet?
Were you looking for a cowboy hat?
I've been looking for one for a while.
Well, I mean, that's probably not something you needed to go up to someone and barter for. Because, shops weren't actually being run at the time. And so anything useful that you guys were trying to get was stuff that you were bartering with other people for. Cowboy hat's not as well protected as other things. You could have gotten one of those, yes.
I was going to say, this is the rarest item in the world, apparently.
You didn't barter with someone at the tip of the grenade launcher?
It's as if no one really cared about a cowboy hat here in eastern Pennsylvania.
As I stare on with my face not getting wet. Didn't I prove them wrong?
Enclosed cab.
Enclosed cab.
Out of gas.
Yes. Current environs. You did end up going those 12 miles. At which point you didn't spot much of anywhere where you could stop and be. Just view abandoned ramshackle houses and places and things, and an abandoned gas station at one point, which had nothing in it other than possible shelter and maybe the idea of an explosion if there were some remnants left behind.
Knowing our luck.
But any of the fuel that you could have used to conveniently power these things was probably left back in those massive tanks at BJ's.
Well, it's a moot point now.
At least the country music is still playing on Eugene's radio.
Nice, that's dependent on the battery.
Now it is.
Alright. Okay, everyone out. We're walking.
Everyone out, he says to himself in the cab.
Everyone out, we're walking.
Can you see any dangers immediately around us?
Immediately around you? Why don't you give me a perception plus notice?
Everyone?
Well, if he's looking for dangers around him, then he should.
That flashlight out.
So, would situational awareness count here? That's my danger sense.
Yes! If there are dangers around.
Danger!
Was that simple or difficult?
His weed sense is tingling.
Fucking weed sense.
Danger!
This is how Potman ends up discovering all these fucking things with ESP/OSPACs. It's because any hidden roles end up being girl.
This was a perception notice?
Yes. Cool. Well, to those of you who are observant, and especially those of you who are super observant, because danger! At the 5th level of success, well, Eugene's pretty paranoid, but he's not seeing anything beyond the usual dangers of it pouring down rain right now, and you folks not really having much of a shelter other than tractors. And you folks being 12 miles out here, basically, not exactly in the boonies, but on like a side road. You spotted some signs, you can make your way back up onto the freeway. It's not really up there now. There's just a road that leads onto the freeway.
Do we really want to get on the freeway?
Fuck no.
Not if we're looking to hunker down for the night.
And night's going to be coming in a bit. You don't see exactly, again, no fucking zombie could follow at that speed. So, they're left far out of view because of how quickly you guys traveled. Even with hilly terrain, even with not the best road, you folks still made better distance and time than any of those zombies could.
Well, you want to hunker down here, or do you want to, like, go off into the woods a bit? Maybe Potman can try building another lean-to, and maybe this time it won't blow down.
Hey!
How close did those signs suggest a place might be nearby?
8-9 miles.
So at least, like, 3 hours.
There was an abandoned gas station you folks passed not too far back down the road. It'd probably take you 13-14 minutes to walk back to it.
Better than going in the woods.
Long discarded, no items there for buying or purchasing, basically walls and a ceiling.
Yep.
Need some Slim Jims
and
on the way.
some very piss-poor quality windows.
But do we still have the shelving units?
They are relatively intact.
Well, if nothing else, we just pile them up in front of doors and they'll make noise. I mean, that's like the equivalency of a stair, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just put some stairs in front of them. They can't handle it.
So is any other ideas, plans, objections?
Guess head back to the gas station, wait out the night, and continue down the road tomorrow.
That's our final answer.
Yeah.
Shelter until daylight.
All right. You folks leave the tractors behind. The majestic, blood-caked things that's slowly being washed off by the rain. There's some stains rain just can't remove. And make your way back on down the road a bit east, heading towards that abandoned gas station you left behind. And sure enough, as it's getting darker and the sun sets behind the clouds, you do manage to arrive again at the abandoned gas station. And true to form, it is in fact abandoned. Has a musty old smell, perhaps some animals rooted around in here at some point, but they're gone. Old cobwebs. You folks end up making your entry into the place. Door in the back is a little warped, but managed to put a shoulder to it and open it just fine. With that flimsy glass, display cases.
Yep, looks like home.
Wait.
Not literally.
Those flimsy glass display cases survived the explosion? Oh god.
That was what?
Explode.
I can't.
You're like 12 miles away from where that happened.
My head is out of it. I'm sorry.
We went back to the burnt out gas station.
Yeah. You guys walked 12 miles back through the rain at
Sorry,
night
my head
through
is
the
completely
zombies.
I've spent.
What explosion? Oh, the explosion right here. Fletch detonates a grenade.
April Fools, bitches.
April Fools. So who wants to have first watch?
Not me, Potman says.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
If Fletch currently doesn't have a flashlight, Kat's gonna hand him the one she's been holding.
We'll say it is pretty difficult to keep watch out in the rain, especially as night is approaching.
I imagine it's more like stay awake and call alert if anything tries to break in.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan. Tony will take the last watch. Unless someone else wants to take the last watch and argues with him about it.
Cool.
Yes, that's a no.
Of course. You folks can end up deducting no rations. We'll say that you end up eating basically what you absconded with from the gas station.
That's a healthy
Say that we
meal.
snapped into some Slim Jims.
Yeah. And whatever, like, few perishable items you might have taken with you. At any rate, no need to deduct from rations, basically, as you eat twice through the night and again into the morning. For everyone who's obviously it's going to be all sorts of people during their various shifts. Just to have some fun here, because who knows what might happen. I want everyone to make some roll secret perception plus notice checks. I will handle any bonuses or penalties. Okay. So we had Fletch first, then Kathlyn, right?
Yeah.
And then Eugene, then Potman?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then Eugene, then Potman.
Yep. Then Eugene, then Potman. Trusty Tony somehow tricked me.
He smooth talked Potman into 2 shifts.
He smooth talked the DM and fuck.
What's in those roll secrets there, Jordan?
It's pretty awesome. Okay. Nothing ends up happening during Fletch's. Though Fletch, at a whopping roll of 1, is pretty out of it.
Did you not see that he kind of had a gas station explode on him?
Yes.
Tony's the glass guy. Fletch is the building blows up on him guy.
Yep. Kathlyn doesn't end up hearing anything with her watch, but at her massive roll of 3, perhaps she's distracted by horrific nightmares.
Oh. Which will continue to happen as long as Fletch has that grenade launcher.
You'll continue.
Now, Eugene, once again, has fucking Auspex, man. Super ninja of awesomeness with his roll of total of 15. He had a 9 plus 6. And,
Plus danger.
Plus danger, there's danger. But turns out there was no danger. And Trusty Tony, carrying up the end. Well, ends up being that as Trusty Tony's there, like, come on, get the fuck up. We gotta go, we gotta move. We gotta do some shit here. We're fucking sleeping on my watch.
Why is everyone asleep on my watch?
And even though he slept on
Only his.
Only his. It ends up being off in the distance there, especially as light is slowly starting to peek through the thick clouds. It did not rain the entire way through the night, but he's seeing some humanoid figures from down the road shambling in the distance as they're approaching the gas station, probably about 100 yards away when he first spots them.
Well, they can basically move a foot a turn, so I've got some time. He's gonna wake everyone up and say, it's time to wake up. We have friends of the dead kind.
They are shambling that slow, injured, I'ma eat you as soon as I can fucking catch you walk.
Yeah. I think if we start, having a brisk walk that way, we'll be able to get away from him.
Yeah, probably.
Yep, they are coming in from the east, basically what you left behind yesterday.
So if we head west at a brisk walk, we should be able to outrun them again.
Brisk walk activate.
Yes. Everyone, of course, ends up recovering their endurance and essence, and you all heal up a little fucking smidge as well. Your little smidge of 1 life point per constitution level per... No, wait. God damn it. I keep fucking misreading that. Flat 2. Cat does lose 3 endurance points. The recurring nightmares have struck again.
Oh, the nightmare.
So she's at full endurance -3, which is still more than some people.
Haha.
But certainly you folks can end up leaving, especially with Jordan's incredible eyesight. He gave you folks some time, and then pack up all of your stuff and head out at a brisk pace with the human zombies, well, just slowly trailing off behind again.
Telling you, it's those salesman eyes. He can just see a sucker in the distance.
They're not even special infected. God.
Bulldozer.
Now we're just mixing games.
Bulldozer!
Tag. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna do a brisk walk down the road to whatever town we happen to run into first. Unless someone else has a bright idea for some plans.
The guy
no.
I saw!
Wait a
come on.
second.
But you got its gnome.
That's more than a gnome.
That's no gnome. That's a space station.
That's what Tony saw.
I think that's factually correct.
How do you know what space stations look like in 1999?
I'm
You
sorry.
shut your mouth.
Star Wars has been out for like 20 years.
Also, it's a re-releases in '97.
God forbid you use the International Space Station as an example. Like, Star Wars.
No. Straight to Star Wars.
NASA has been shut down. LucasArts is still going strong. I think we know which space station is more likely to
When did
survive.
Phantom Menace come out? Was it 99 or 2000?
When did what come out?
I try to
Phantom Menace.
forget about that movie.
You know, the
I think
first
It
of the
was
prequels.
before the turn of the millennium, I think.
It was '99.
Yeah.
Mir was still up.
It's not yet
Yeah,
crashed.
May
No.
1999.
Oh, yeah, so that already came out.
Yeah. Right around the same time as Matrix and Fight Club.
So,
First Phantom Menace
Yes.
comes out,
Yes,
then
but
the zombie apocalypse.
we're still right in the middle of that particular Star Wars craze.
You're still right in the middle of Hayden Christensen.
Oh, that's
No,
not.
not yet.
Yeah,
I'm still a little kid.
We're
guess-
still
I
right in
guess
the middle
so.
of Darth Maul.
Yeah, and pedophilia.
Darth Maul.
Look, he died at the end of Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
okay?
but that doesn't
Whoa,
stop him
spoilers,
from being
man.
in everything.
Someone might not know.
I suppose there were a lot of kids who were so interested in him at the time. They were like dressing up as him for like Halloween and shit. Wielding that
Little
dual
did they know
lightsaber.
he was just a gymnast.
Well, does anything happen in our brisk walk for 8 miles down the road?
A lot of time ends up passing, not with any which it requires endurance point loss. Although it is quite disheartening as regular fluctuations of rain happens again, and then stops happening, and happens again. As it was kind of the hope and dream when you guys left that maybe, just maybe, you could have just stayed in the car and kept going, and eventually made it south.
Us in
West.
cars, we kind of have this thing.
No Tony in cars.
And as such, especially with how disheartening this is, it's very stressful. Especially since it's not so sure like when enemies will pop out again for the time that you folks are going to travel. Let's see, 8 miles here, guys probably make 3 miles per hour walking, especially in these conditions. End up saying 3 hours of travel. Each of you loses 12 essence points.
Fuck me.
Essence.
Well, I'm down to 3.
Which ends up, anyone who's reduced to half of their essence points or below feels numb, and it may be hard to
almost
elicit any strong emotional reactions.
Potman's doing fine.
Potman still has 14.
Mental tasks are performed at a -1 penalty until the essence pool is restored to half capacity.
Potman has the soul of an artist.
He does.
-1.
I know the -1 returns.
Did any of those life
Find
points
a
recover
child.
while we slept?
You got it back a base 2. You got back 2 life points. And all the endurance points came back except for Cat, who had nightmares. But yeah, this is very, very draining. Not so much from the physical state, but especially with the brisk walk, it has time to sink in. Just really how horrible this is. And just when things were starting to look up and you guys were going to head on your trip, you're full of country ham and potatoes, you're going to make some fucking distance, maybe get some shit done, heading to Maryland, see what's happening, then maybe going to Washington, this shit happens, and you're right back in the middle of it walking all over again.
Story of my life.
Rambling, man.
For the past month. And, particularly for Trusty Tony, that beautiful car that he ended up, just letting go.
You gotta know when to let it go.
And, maybe, he can also end up in a place where they don't recognize him anymore.
It's like they say, you gotta know when to hold them and know when to roll them.
Maybe when we get to DC, I could start up another used car lot.
But eventually, in all that time, as you folks are becoming mentally withdrawn and worn down, ends up being around noon. The sky is still gloomy and ominous, but it stopped raining for now. When you reach the town of Coldberg.
Goldberg?
Coldberg.
Damn it.
No,
Great name.
Coldberg. So, thinking back on it, Trusty Tony's a little familiar with it. About like a little town of like 400 people, if at that. Like a village, really. It's a ditch, yes. And looking out on the streets, this place is fucking abandoned. People knew better. They heard the news and they got the fuck out. It's like a desolate ghost town as you folks are going down the rest of the road. You don't see peep moving in there.
So, no cars.
Not a single car that you can spot anywhere on the road.
Bicycles?
Not a single bicycle you can spot anywhere on the road. Though you can certainly spend some time looking through Coldberg. Trying to see if you can, look anything useful, maybe like a vehicle that maybe was kind of broken down that Trusty Tony can fix up?
Sure.
Yeah,
We'll go with that.
Let's pretend he can actually fix cars.
All right. Let's see here.
Fix cars, honestly.
In that case,
I would offer we just check garages as we walk through.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why don't you folks give me some 1d10 plus perception rolls with scavenging if you have it, and -2 if you don't.
And a minus an additional one from the numb?
This is a mental task, so yes. Anyone who is missing over half their essence.
Yay! Rolling a 1d10.
So a -1.
If you're missing over half your essence.
Oh,
No, I
roll
mean
that
for
10. Roll
scavenging.
that 10.
Uh,
Damn it.
So, you have scavenging, so it's just a 1d10 plus your perception plus your scavenge. You didn't have to roll it secretly.
I didn't realize I had it still on that.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Well, as you folks end up going through, it turns out, there's quite a few doors open as well as garage doors, but, a cat peeking through does end up spotting that there is a vehicle, which, looks a little worse for wear, a little rough. Presumably it might have been due to mechanical issues, which prevented it from traveling very far. And there are enough mechanical tools basically for him, like a mechanic's toolkit, that someone with savvy and time can sit down and puzzle out what went wrong here and can I make it work with what I got.
Gonna go
we
find
have
Tony
the time.
where he is.
Yeah. I presume you folks
Like
are not
that.
stupid enough to separate.
Well, he might be looking at something else. It's probably like pieces of a car in the street. Can I make a full car with these 2 tires, half
He's
engine,
gonna like
and all this
MacGyver
stuff?
it. A stick of gum.
Tony, I
Yeah?
think I found a car that might be fixable.
I'll
Maybe.
take a look.
It would be an intelligence plus mechanics test
Uh,
to repair this device.
I'll
That
see if I can make...
that -1, of course, because of.
I don't wanna. Oh, I made it anyways.
Yeah. And Trusty Tony's like, I guess I could spend a few hours. I can get it working by like 3, I guess. There's some hoses I can fix, so I'm gonna eat a sandwich and.
Not snapping into Slim Jims.
No, he's putting Slim Jims on Slim Jims to eat a Slim Jim sandwich.
And also with, with the basic success there, we'll also say that scavenging allows you folks to basically eat in what's left here in Coldberg without dipping into your rations. It will take 3 hours for Trusty Tony to fix the vehicle.
Hey, we can
Someone's
actually
gonna
rest
watch Tony.
We can rest and regain some essence at least.
Yes, you can. Regaining essence is 1 point for each willpower level every hour.
So 6 willpower. 6 willpower. 6 essence. I mean,
Yep,
You
6
said
essence.
3 hours?
3 hours, yes.
Tony's back up above half.
Almost full.
And although Eugene doesn't regain that much, he wasn't below half anyway. He's like, yeah, give me the weed.
Yeah, Potman doesn't recover essence very fast, but he's got a lot in reserve once he's good to go.
If it starts tapping into that.
Yeah.
Tony just feels better now. He's like, oh yeah, maybe we can make it out of here after all.
Yeah, sandwich. Yeah, sandwich. Whew. Good times. And, it's a pretty old, relatively beat-up vehicle. That turns out that it looks like other vehicles. Because I only have
sedan-like.
I only have so many car tokens laying around in my
this
life.
car looks familiar.
Might not be a BMW.
Let's see here. Might have another one. But yes, Trusty Tony manages to fix all of the problems with the vehicle, and with a bit of sputter, gets it working again. It currently has a half tank of gas.
Well, this thing, if it's
Sure,
the late
you
90s.
should be driving.
You want to fight me for it?
Honestly, Tony's in better shape than you are, Fletch. I mean, have you seen yourself lately?
Yeah, but I
have a
haven't
cat for a
crashed 3 cars.
I just imagine Fletch just holding the cat in front of his face now. Ooh, it's a hatchback.
Let's see, what the fuck is that symbol?
It's a Ford Fiesta.
It's a Nissan something.
It's a Nissan hatchback of some sort.
The generic Nissan hatchback, new for 2015.
No, 2000. Gosh.
It's still in concept.
Noob.
Are we really sure he should be driving?
I'm going to be driving.
I don't think he'd have it any other way.
Listen,
You can always try to go finding
Have you
another
not
vehicle.
crashed or gotten stuck every vehicle we've had so far?
not the tractor.
Yeah, not the tractor?
Yep, proving you wrong.
It's stuck.
It ran on the gas. Nothing I can do about that.
Try not to floor it everywhere. Seatbelt.
Yeah.
Maybe not run over, 10 feet of bodies again. No, kitty, off the keyboard.
Meow.
Just sits on the dashboard looking at Fletch.
Tony's gonna take the car off, rocketing at 20 miles an hour.
Okay.
Wow, so the kitten didn't get killed by that explosion?
No. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We talked about this a while ago, Aaron. He didn't.
I must have missed that.
Maybe Potman is just reflecting on it right now, like, wow.
But, I mean, that's made us stir stuff to Potman.
Tony's gonna head east or west.
Undead don't die that easy.
Tony's gonna head west.
The
20
kid
miles an hour.
looks at Potman with soulful eyes.
That kitten's gonna be the death of all of us.
Like paws like around like Fletcher's like injured and bruised like thighs and like leaps up at Eugene.
He leaps out of the way.
While in the car.
He is
Straight into cat's lap.
onto the
Yeah,
roof.
He, like, rams right into the door.
The kitten lands gracefully in Eugene's lap, looks up at him.
Potman just starts going like, ah! Ah!
You okay, Eugene? It's just a kitten.
It's just most animals I've seen lately have been zombies.
Cat's gonna sigh, grab the kitten, and look it over again, checking for any bites.
One of the kitten's paws paws at Eugene's thigh before it's picked up by Cat. Doesn't look like the kitten's been bitten.
It's clean. It's fine. Puts it back on Eugene.
I mean, it is for now.
Eugene
I'm not
has
going to
gained
stop checking the kitten.
Would you leave little cat alone?
Kitten just keeps looking up Eugene.
Just pet the damn thing. Eugene is not going to pet the cat on principle.
He's not. No.
Somehow it will become infected within the next 5 seconds and bite him when he tries.
Well, no, I mean, I know that the less attention you give to a cat, the more attention it gives you.
Yeah. The kitten starts to do that annoying thing that pets have a habit of doing when they start directing attention at your groin area. As if they know somehow that would inconvenience or discomfort you in any way.
I've never actually experienced this problem. What are you talking about?
I have, along with other areas. Get off my nose, cat. In which case, the kitten starts pawing at Eugene's crotch.
He starts screaming again.
Well, Fletch found his entertainment for this ride.
Yeah. So all the while Trusty Tony's driving, Fletch is chuckling in the front seat, cat sighing, Eugene's like, ah! No! No! Get it off! I don't want zombie dick! No!
It's so hard not to make really inappropriate puns right now. Because there's a cat
That's
on
never
his
stopped us
crotch.
before.